I'm making a bit of progress with the projects on the go. I seem to have quite a few at the moment. I have actually sold the red car that's just recently gone. That was the red E30 with the M44 and the throttle bodies on. Gutted, because that was I like that car, but I've got too many cars, and someone made me an offer and off it went. It's gone to Wales, West Wales I think it is. But on the plus side, we've got a bit of space now in the shed, in the garden shed. So we're back on the green compact, and what I've been doing is welding in the feet plate. Managed to get them in yesterday, because I originally put part of the cage in but just tacked it in place. So they're all fully welded. The foot plates are, and these bars aren't. But the top bits are, the bits you can't get to around the top here. I had to slide the whole cage back that way, so that the front legs could drop on the floor, and then you end up with a bit more room up here where you can get above. It still wasn't easy, but that's them both done. So now that's just propped in place to make sure I've got the bottom feet aren't welded to the foot plates yet, bottom legs. I'm just trying to work out how the back stays go. I'll have to tack that in, and then I can put the harness bar on and make sure everything lines up and where it should be. Obviously where these horizontal bars join the backstays, they want to meet at the same place. I don't want the harness bar to be squiff or higher one side to the bar than the other. So just going to make sure that all works out all right. And then I'm not going to put the door bars in yet. I will tack them in just so they're in place, and then I'll take them out again, because otherwise I'm going to have a bit of a nightmare getting in and out the car trying to work on it. So yeah, I'm really into it at the moment, so hopefully progress will come quite quickly. Unfortunately, it's very noisy. Just there's a plate that goes around the turrets at the back. In fact, it's that plate there, which I've got to clean up, which needs to be tacked to that turret, and it's bent around the turret, so I'm tacking it and hammering it, and it's noisy, so it's not the sort of thing I can do in the evening. So I tend to do it during the day when hopefully people are at work. Try not to inconvenience anyone. But hopefully progress will carry on, and I don't think it'll be too long if I can keep up the motivation to get the cage welded in. Then I can start thinking about seat rails and then painting it and then putting bits on it. I've got the cage, well, more of it in, but I can't put piece 6 in until piece 4's been put in and what have you. So the front legs are now tacked at the bottom. That's the 3rd time I've tacked them. But the crossbar and the roof bar, they're all welded in above now. Yeah, I had to move the whole cage back, drop the front feet down, and then I could weld above the tops. It was still awkward to get to, but that's the top bit's done. So I can actually fix this main piece in, but I can't fit the main hoop until I know exactly where the door bars go. So that's why I've sort of mocked that up. Then I can put a couple of tacks on the main hoop. I'll have to do the same on this side. And then once the main hoop's tacked in position, there's also a diagonal that goes across the back, so I can't tack it in position, so I put the rear diagonal on, because I don't know how far apart these need to be. Obviously they can move a bit at the moment. It's very, very close to the bodywork, so that's going to have a little bit of weld on it. I can't put any weld on the roof, but I might have to put a bit of foam or something in there. I can't be doing with rattles and squeaks. I know there'll be plenty of those anyway. Yeah, they're just the tacks. The feet plate are welded all in, and I've still got the front reinforcement bits that go to the strut tops to go on yet. It's a Hockly cage, Harry Hockly, and it was very reasonable as well, and the cuts are very good. I mean, some of them are slightly out, but I've spoken to them and they said that, you know, no shells are the same, especially when they're getting to this age. So there is, I mean, I've done very, very little adjustment. This top bar had to straighten ever so slightly because it was hitting the roof skin. So I just put it in the press, and it was literally a couple of mil needed. But yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Mind you, the more bars I put in, the more I'll find out. Now, if you only need one to be wrong, and then everything else goes wrong down the line. But I've got there's bars here, on there, some there. There's still all these as well. So there's still quite a bit to do. I've done the second turret reinforcement at the back there. So I can start working on those. They're probably not as critical as the main feet. So I think the crossbar is going to be the next thing, and this door bar. But it's going to be hard enough getting in and out of it when the door bar's fully welded in, but I can't climb over that. That's just held in with straps and cramps. So yeah, a bit more temporary fixing, and then once I've got the bar in, the diagonal, and this door bar, I can finally tack these main legs, and then I'll know that they're the right width apart.